What's up everybody, Rage Quitting here, back with another video for you guys. This time we are on No Chill, the Frost Mage, and we're doing the Mage Tower Challenge. Okay, so I did this in 1800 PvP gear with haste and verse on it, you know, no PvE stats. If you have mythic gear, you know, crit haste or whatever, it would probably be a little bit better for this encounter because you can just kill things faster, but just saying, you don't need to go out of your way to go buy a whole bunch of low-level gear off the auction house, whatever. That's what I did, and I learned that it really doesn't even help. So you don't need anything special as far as gear goes. Just use your PvE gear or your PvP gear, whatever you have from Shadowlands. But the biggest thing that I would say made a huge difference once I started using it was the fried bonefish. Okay, so it's a well-fed buff. You take it, and what it does is every time you kill something, you get a burst of movement speed. So for the Mage Tower, that's very good for obvious reasons. There's a lot of adds that you need to kill and that you will be killing during the encounter. So, you know, you'll just constantly keep getting this movement buff. And that's really good when you're kiting around Karam because he's, you know, kind of a dick. He just chases you the whole time. But yeah, huge game changer. Fried bonefish. Go to the auction house and pick it up and use it. It's really good. Okay. Second thing to use is the Spectral Flask of Power. You know, just gives you a whole bunch of main stat. You know, int increases your spell power, so you can do the most damage that you possibly can. So outside of that, the other two things that I would say you should do is make a focus Frostbolt macro. Okay, so what I did was I put Karam, you know, the guy that chases you the whole time, I put him on as my focus target, and I made a focus Frostbolt macro just so that I can just hit the focus Frostbolt and it'll just slow him, right? Because sometimes he gets bunched up in all the ads, sometimes you can't target him, so, you know, I just have that focus Frostbolt just to make it easier to make sure I always have a slow on him, okay? Next thing I did was make a target macro for Raced, so /TAR RAE. You don't even have to spell the whole name out because he's the only one that, you know, has RAE as the first three letters of his name. So I made a target macro for him. So, you know, for the same reason, sometimes he's inside all the ads and you can't target him. So make a target macro for him. Focus Frostbolt for Karam. And yeah, so we'll get right into the encounter, and I'll tell you guys how I did it. So as it starts here, when he says I obey, that's when you want to cast a blizzard by his feet, and it'll just slow him like right off the get-go. And then I go ahead and use Icy Veins here, and then just start chunking him down with Frostbolts. So this first part's really easy. You kind of want to just phase him as fast as you can. So here, just DPSing, make sure you keep him slowed. And you see how he dropped one of his puddles on the inner ring? That's what we're trying to do here. So just keep having him drop his puddles on the inside, and that way you'll have a lot of room to kite on the outside. So he phases at around like 16k HP or 33%. So here we go. Now I have my just AoE all these ads. And always focus the main boss, Raced. Always have him targeted and use your flurry procs and your ice lances on him as you deal with the ads with your AoE. This is the time for you to, you know, use your lust and try to really pop off as hard as you can here, because this is like the least amount of mechanics that you have to deal with in the encounter. So you want to get as much damage in on this guy as you can. Okay, so here when Karim comes back, see how I'm not targeting him, but I'm using my my focus Frostbolt. Okay, and then as soon as these Hand from Beyonds come up, you need to deal with them. Make sure you kick the Grasp from Beyond as late as you possibly can, because If another one pops up and starts casting, then you're not gonna have your counter spell available. Okay, and then you still need to DPS Karim as hard as you can. So as he was coming close to the hand, I rooted him and then used the frozen orb on him so I can DPS them both down at the same time, because you need to get Karim to phase again at around 16k HP. So deal with the hands, kick it as late as you can, and then try and DPS Karim as hard as you can too. So here I use the flurry proc and the ice lances on the hand from beyond. Okay. Because of the food buff, it's really awesome that we're getting this like movement speed too. There's another hand from beyond. As soon as it comes up, you need to immediately shift your attention to it, because if you switch late, then you might run into some problems. So here we go again, throwing the orb out. Blizzard, Cone of Cold, try to DPS them both down at the same time, and then I should be able to get Karim to phase here this time. I can't remember if I can do it on this turn or if it took one more rotation of the hands. There we go. Okay, so stage 4. So now you're going to have to deal with the hands, and you're going to have to deal with sending your water elemental into the little circles so that you don't spawn like the demon guy. So AoE the little adds as much as you can, keeping, and then again here using my target macro to target the main boss. So right here, on the top left of the screen here, I'll use my mouse if you can see it right here. This is where you need to send your pet. So I'll let it play out. So Frozen Orb and Blizzard for all the little guys. Here we go. I'm sending my water elemental into the circle. And then the whole time I'm still targeting Raced to try and, you know, do my single target DPS to him as much as possible. And kiting all these other mobs into one fat group here so I can keep them slowed, keep up the frost orbs and the blizzards. Hand from beyond comes up, you gotta deal with that. Kick it at the last second. Drop another blizzard in the middle, frozen orb, keep everything slowed. I got lucky here, my water elemental was already inside the ring. And you can see this move speed that we're getting from the well-fed buff. It's pretty OP. Okay, focus race the whole time with single target. Just keep throwing out the orbs and the blizzards. Kick the hand from beyond at the last second. As this fight goes on, you know, it gets pretty dicey, but you just have to stay calm and just try to be aware of everything. So here's another ring, root everything. Okay, so here, let me go back a little bit just for a second. So the mechanics of this boss fight, you're not supposed to kill Karim, you're supposed to kill Raced, right? If you kill Karim early, then Raced is just gonna enrage and like one-shot you with Shadow Bolt. So whenever I get a chance here, I had a good opportunity to just root everything and then polymorph Karim so that I can give him a whole bunch of HP back. And then, so here, I root him and then I focus polymorph him. So now he's going to get a whole bunch of HP back, and then from now on, I don't have to worry about accidentally killing him first. I can just continue with the rest of the fight and we should be good. Okay, so here we go. Whenever you can, try to get around the ad so you can get a clean frozen orb, you know, onto the main boss. That's, if it is at all possible, you want to throw the frozen orb like right on top of the main boss. Sometimes you have no choice; you have to use it to, you know, clear some ads and stuff. So deal with the hand, root everything, keep the blizzards up. Still single targeting the main boss, send the water elemental in, target the hand from beyond, kick it at the last second. Constantly looking down at my bars to make sure I have something for Karim, because you don't want him to catch up to you and one-shot you. Okay, keep the slows up, keep targeting the main boss. Getting move speed from getting kills here. Cone of Cold to slow Karim because he's catching up to me. Okay, Frozen Orb everything. Blizzard, kick it at the last second. Right here I had to turn my camera to send my pet onto the circle. And just rinse and repeat until it's all done. The longer this goes, the more hectic it gets. I even almost died here in this run too. You'll see it in here in a little bit, but just do the best you can. Keep up the Frozen Orbs, keep up the slows. See, I thought I had Cone of Cold there, but I didn't. So I kind of freaked out and I had to Nova him instead. My Cone of Cold was like 1 second away from being ready. Okay, keep the slows up here. Switch to the hand. Kick, Cone of Cold. Throw a Blizzard down. Throw another Orb out as soon as I can. Here I had to use my Water Elemental ability. And then here I was trying to pick out the hand from beyond. This is where I kind of panicked a little bit because I couldn't target it. Send the Elemental into the circle. Cone of Cold, slow this guy. Target the hand from beyond. Kick it. Kick it and focus it down. Frozen Orb blink. Blizzard. Yeah, this is where it gets super sloppy, but like I said, you just gotta keep doing the same things you've been doing the whole time, okay? And then you should be okay. It only got sloppy there because I panicked, but if you stay calm, make sure you know what cooldowns you have. Kick it at the last second. Blizzard everything here. Frozen Orb. Make sure you kill that hand from beyond. Even though the boss only has 4k right now, I just want to make sure I don't ignore the mechanics. So kill the hand, slow the guy. I have my Frozen Orb, root everything, and now I'm just trying to kill the boss, and there it is. Alright guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on another one. Peace.